Hello and welcome to another live trading session. Today is Wednesday, May the 15th, and we're getting ready to do some more trading. But first, we'll take a look at the market and our positions and see where we're at. We had some positions close just with this up move, so we'll try and record that and go from there. Obviously, a strong move upwards. Looks like all-time highs. Uh, it wouldn't be surprising to get a little bit of resistance and at least a little bit of a pullback. So we might get some opportunity to put on some good trades over the next few days, but we'll put one today for sure. And then if under allocated, we might do an early trade tomorrow. We'll see about that. But that's where we stand. We have no idea what's gonna happen next, but it can go either way. We are in a good position to put on another trade, and if the market reverses, we'll be hurting a little bit on those, but we'll be able to put some new trades on with a more favorable VIX and overall position. But let's first take a look at the trades that closed automatically here. Let's see today. Let's do last 7 days. And so we had 4 naked puts close here just a little bit earlier, and then another 4 and 4. So looks like 3 sets of naked puts just closed. Let's see if we record that. So we're looking for 46.50 for July 31st. Let's just take a look at that real quick here. No, that's a wrong one. Just a second. This we'll go here. So 46.50. We have few open naked puts here, but that's not the one. This is expiring on June the 20th, and we are looking at something else. So let's see, 46.50. Could it be this one? Let's just double check. Yeah, July 31st. So we close these at 10.50. So let's record that. So minus 10.50 and put a date in. All right. So that one is closed. Let's take a look at this one. We paid 14 for 48.50. 48.50 July 19th. 48.50 July 19th. So that's gonna be this one right here. And we paid minus 14 for this one. And today's date. Let's just make sure. Yeah, we collected a little bit more on this one, so that's why the 60% of that is a little bit higher than the other ones. But that's good to see that we got a little bit better premium here. VIX must have been a little bit higher at that time. Unfortunately, we didn't record yet. That was right after that we started recording the VIX at opening, so it must have been somewhere around 16 and change. And let's take a look at the last one here. Well, not the last one. We had one more here. So 4600 July 31st for 1025. July 31st, 4600. So that's going to be this one here. And minus 10 and a quarter. Today's date. All right. So we had a bunch of them auto closing, which is great in one sense, but then also it leaves us a little bit under allocated. So it is what it is. They're closed. Let me see. I think there is one more here, 1350. So looks like we closed these partially first, 1 out of 5, and then another 4 closed, all for 1350. So if you take that and July 19th, 4800, 1350. July 19th, let's see, 4800. That's gonna be 4800. Where is it? It's July 19th. Okay, that's the one. And what does it say? Minus 13.5. Boy, we closed a bunch of trades real quick with this pull up. That leaves us with only few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 open sets of naked puts. So let's just double check that that's what we actually have. So we don't have any naked puts in this expiration. And we have 1 set, 2 sets, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, that sounds about right. So 6 sets open. And let's record our metrics as well. So let's go to position. Let's just close this. And well, I need to quickly do this. So 68,787, 68,787, right here. 68,787, today's date, and then VIX is 1264, and our delta 711, that's pretty low, but our buying power is extremely low. So sorry, not here, but here, 2.8. All right, that's really low. So 2.8. Okay. So with that, we need to go back and look at putting a trade at around, what is it, 1264. So we're really going down here. So 12 to 13 delta, roughly. We'll see what the market gives us. And we're looking for, around 1,000 weekly. So last time we did only 3. We wanted to trade a little bit more often, but because we're so under allocated, we'll go ahead and put a little bit stronger trade, maybe just the standard 4 or 5, somewhere in the neighborhood of 500. And then we'll see, we'll probably be able to put another accelerated trade tomorrow or day after tomorrow. We'll see. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. So MES, we go to trade. I know this gets a little bit repetitive and maybe even a little bit boring, but that's what it is. It's very simple system, and all we care at the end of the day is about making money consistently. If it ends up being a little bit boring, well, it is what it is. Let me see, 93 days and 127. That's a little bit too far out. So let's go here. Let's take a look at this 13 delta. And let's go with 4. All right, so 4 naked puts are giving us 575 here, and I think that's what we will go with. It's a little bit higher delta, but as you remember our research, and you can find the video research video on dynamic delta in our Discord. And by the way, you can sign up for our Discord and get the trading spreadsheet and trading plan and some mastermind sessions in which we went over the dynamic delta. So this is why we're with a low VIX, we are looking for a little bit higher delta than we normally would. We prefer to be in the neighborhood of 10 delta, give or take. But with such a low VIX, that would expose us more to a large pullback, and we would have more open naked puts, which would then hurt more in a strong pullback. Even though with this being closer to the money, we might experience some pain a little bit sooner. So it's always a trade-off, but that's what the plan is, and we're going to continue monitoring. Let's try and close this. Let's see if we can get the full amount. And if not, we know the drill. We go here, replace, just go down a little bit, and boom. Oh. Looks like we're chasing it now, so that means the market is probably moving. Let me see, overview real quick. It's hard to see on this MES chart. It doesn't show nicely, but it is probably just moving a little bit. So we're gonna replace. We're gonna accept a little bit less money. Now this is gonna close, I'm pretty sure. 28.25. Let's do the usual. Where is the right here? 28.25 times 5 for the multiplier, and then times 4 for the number of naked puts. So we collected 565, and remember, times 0.2 gives us 113. When we take the commissions out, roughly, call it $15 roughly. So we're trying to spend somewhere just under $100, and we're looking to do 100 wide input debit spread, and we'll go to a little bit shorter expiration right here. We could even consider going to 65, but let's see what we can get here. Let's go around 30 here, and now we don't want to do this because we already have a long one here. So let's move one up. That's 105. Let's put one down, and that's 83. So this is underpaying a little bit and going a little bit lower in delta, but that's fine. Let's just see what we can get in a little bit shorter expiration and see if we can maybe do, let's see, like this. This would be pretty good if we can get this closed. Let's see if we can get it closed. Just under $100, but we might have to pay up to get it closed. So where is it? Right here, replace. We go 1975. Let's see if we can get that. All right, so that's closed 1975. Let's go ahead and record this trade. We go to Utes. It's trade number 66. Today's date. VIX at opening was 1266. It was 13 delta, if I remember correctly. And let's take a look at the 49.50. 49.50. It was 93 days, and we collected 28.25 for 4 naked puts. So that's on that. And then we go here, MES again, and the strikes 52.50, 52.50, 51.50. It was in a 65 DTE, and we paid for it 1975. So minus 1975, and we did one trade, one put debit spread. Okay, so that's on that. We're gonna go back and re-record our metrics just to keep track of everything properly. So let's do this position, and so we go back to main, and we can leave this. Delta now will be a little bit higher, 29 and 20. 29 and 20. Our buying power should have changed. Positions cap. Refresh 5.9, which is still very low. 5.9, 5.9, and as you can see, our buying power is still extremely low, but that doesn't give us a license to just go and pile up, because that would be too concentrated, and then we would be just hurting unnecessarily if market turns down tomorrow. So we'll just spread it around. If our metrics are in line tomorrow, we'll just add another trade, early trade, because according to this, we should be placing another one on Monday in order to keep up with our standard schedule. But there's no need to wait that long. We'll just probably do one tomorrow. We'll see. So anybody has any questions?
Yeah, Victor, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hey, Chris.
Good to be on the, good to be here. I haven't been here in a while. I just saw, so about the VIX and our deltas, is there a general formula that we're following as far
Yep.
as now we're down to 12 VIX and we're to the 13 delta, or is it just kind of,
No, no, it is.
how are we calculating that exactly? Oh,
He-
okay, we got
Here
that.
it is. So yeah, and
That's,
this is based on a little bit of research that we did, and then we explored all different back tests with different VIXs and with different deltas, and came up with an optimal sliding schedule that keeps us. You see, the VIX most of the times VIX will be somewhere like between 16 and 20 in general. So kind of like around 11 delta would be probably most of the times where we will be. But when the VIX goes up or down, we want to adjust it to have less naked puts when in a low VIX environment. Um, Obviously because they're going to blow up in case the market pulls back suddenly, because it's much easier for VIX to spike from from 11 to 22 to double than it is to go from 20 to 40. So we want to be careful and not be overexposed in those situations of a low VIX. That's why we rather take a little bit like a risk, a different type of a risk. We get closer to the money, a little bit closer to the money, but we have less naked puts to deal with in case of a blowout. And here is the
gotcha.
schedule.
Okay, yeah. I don't even know. I'm maybe I don't have that on my sheet. I need to check on the late.
Make sure
What version of are we on the journal here?
2.1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been out of the loop for a while. 2.1. I need to update all this stuff. Great.
Yeah,
One other question. Did you go on the PDS? Did you go? Because I needed to put one on. So I did the naked puts. Did you go what 65 days out and then
I did. So generally, normally I wouldn't go to 65. I would go to 70 something roughly, because I'd like to have on average to have probably two put debit spreads for one set of naked puts, and uh, given that naked puts will generally on average close in 30 days, that gives you 30 30. That's 60, and then they're pretty worthless in the last week or 10 days. So I think somewhere around 75 days on average for put debit spread is a good number, but nothing wrong with occasionally going shorter if you have enough of them. Like for example, I have plenty of put debit spreads. You can see
yeah,
the total open value. So none of these has to be exact. That's why we have this cockpit here to kind of have an overview of our positions. So if I can see here that I have enough put debit spreads, maybe I can go a little bit shorter. I can do different things, maybe
right.
spend a little bit less. But yeah,
Great.
might be.
Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of in the same boat too, because of we were in that I was kind of treading water there for a little bit with
Mhm.
about a month ago, and then things started closing out. And then, but are you still targeting 20% then on the PDS against the naked puts?
Yes,
Is
what
that
I'm trying to do is not to go over 20%, including the commissions. And that once you go down to MESs for your naked puts, the commissions add up. I mean, it's a little
right?
bit different with the ES, because with ES it's only one commission, and it's pretty insignificant comparing to having four or five naked puts
Right.
with this one. So what I'm targeting now is, like, if I was doing ES naked puts, I would try to have this at around 19% with this extra 1% being for commissions. So I would still be under 20% overall. But with naked puts on in MES, I'm trying to bring this down to around 17%, leaving the 3% for all of the commissions and
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
And if you take a look here at and if you're on an older sheet, older version, you probably don't have this combined sheet, combined tab where the naked puts and PDSs are on the same page. But make sure you upgrade to the latest version, because you'll get this
Yep.
and you can keep track of your
Oh yeah.
actual um, premium capture
Nice.
rate after everything is taken into account.
Nice.
So
Nice.
if you just take like a back of an envelope calculation and go from let's see, if you start with 100, yeah, and then times 0.6 when you close your things, and if you stay times 0.4 or let's say minus 20 for the put debit spreads and commissions, you end up with around 40% on a good, when everything is going good, when there is no stop losses or anything. You want to end up with clean 40% of your total. And if you take a look here, you will see that because of the commissions and stuff, I was a little bit under in some places. And this is what I'm trying to bring up to at least 40%.
Gotcha.
This one takes into account all of the naked puts and then losses on the PDS and things like that. Obviously,
Nice.
if you have a stop loss, it's going to be a little bit different. And this one here is still open, and this it's a bit confusing because I partially closed the put debit spread just for 25 points out of 125. And once you put a number in here, it automatically calculates profit and loss as if you close the whole trade. So that this puts it a little bit off. But once I close this put debit spreads completely, it's going to show different numbers here. This is going to go back down to 40 or 38 or something
Gotcha.
right here. Yeah.
Good stuff. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Anything, guys? It's pretty good now. Unfortunately, VIX is really low, so keep some dry powder on the sidelines. So if it jumps, you can add more trades. With our trading
Yeah.
plan, we have the schedule, but I don't know, Chris, if you noticed that I introduced something we call early trade or accelerated schedule, and the basic rule is simply if your buying power is under 1.5 times VIX, you are okay to put an early trade. So, for example, in my
Oh,
case,
okay.
right here,
Nice.
yeah, I think this is needed for the times like this when you have prolonged bull market, and we're just continuously under allocated. Now we don't want to take an too much extra risk, but at 1.5 the VIX. So let's say VIX is 12. What's that? 30, 33. If you're under 33%, I don't mind putting an extra trade ahead of schedule, and then it will recalculate. So right now, if you take a look here, I placed a trade today, collected 565. And in order to keep up with my CAGR goals and everything, I would only need to put another trade on Monday, which is fine. That's all good. But given the low exposure on here, right, only 5.9, if nothing majorly changes tomorrow, I'll go ahead and put another trade, and this might then change to Tuesday, instead of Monday. But then I'll
Right.
revisit and rethink the whole thing again, once I see my metrics and everything.
Okay, great. Good stuff. Yeah, I've been kind of, I keep on thinking, I closed out all my NPs, and then I'm thinking, I've been kind of waiting a little bit because I'm thinking, there's gonna be a little bit of a pullback and that VIX is gonna increase, and that's what I
Mhm.
want to get in. So I've been waiting, and then finally today, I'm just putting something on because it's like I'm tired of waiting. I shouldn't
Yeah,
be waiting, I guess.
well,
So that's
but
where
now,
I've been.
yeah, but hold on, let me ask you, Chris, are you following the your plan with the scheduled trade?
Uh,
Because
Lately,
if
not as much. I've been
okay,
kind of slacking a little bit there. I need to get the latest sheets, and I need to fill it in. I need some work I need to take care of some work.
no problem. Yeah, no, but you see, this is why the sheet comes in handy because it keeps you on track. Because you wouldn't be thinking too much. Like, for example, let's say forget about the early trade, but if I didn't do anything, if I just take a look at here, it says Monday. I know on Monday I'm putting a new trade. I don't have to think about that too much. I'm just putting a trade on and I'm staying on track with my scheduled, CAGR goals and scheduled yearly
Right.
target premium and weekly target premium. So I wouldn't be waiting too long and just trying to guess when to put a trade. I would just put it on Monday. But the new part is this accelerated trade because we want to take advantage of these continuous long bull markets just to collect a little bit more premium. along the way.
Yeah, I'm glad to see the VIX delta portion of that. So that gives me, because I forgot about, I know you mentioned that before, but I forgot about that because the VIX was down so much. I was waiting, but this is great here. So this should get me back on track.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, guys. Great session. I will see you probably tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Bye.